Morning everybody, Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and welcome to week 2 of Friday Night Fights for 2024. We are in the Zhalk Cup. We are back on Arena 2, keeping the Nullify CT up and down map effect in play for this week. This map, like a lot of old maps, really short, so any kind of direct CT manipulation, like Keen Blade from Rob and all of that, will really mess with the way the fight goes. So keeping that nullified for the entire Zhalk Cup, which will all be on Arena 2. This week's special rule set is no 100 cost units. So all 100 cost units are out this week. No young Helena running around. No young King Elda running around, which was not previously a problem anyway, but you know what I mean. All those 100 cost units that you see all the time, off the table, they're gone. And for our first match today, we have Macherie, the winner from last week, fighting Get Clucked, rocking that Macherie horn. Now, Macherie is showing Tifa, making me think that this is maybe some kind of like strike team, maybe working in our new 60 or 70 cost Ketone unit. There is no actual cost limit here. The maximum cost you could run, I guess, for units would be 390 cost units, so you could go all the way up to 270. We know Get Clucked isn't doing that because Macherie Horn over there is a 70 coster. Putting in. Now, I'm anticipating 3 strike units from Macherie right here. I think there are some low cost strike teams that you can pull off, and we are getting a strike team, but ooh, it's not 3 strike units. It's Edward Elric, who's immediately in range for his limit break. I'm not sure that's the best thing ever. Get Clucked is running the summer Ketone. Yes, that's right. That is a Ketone over there. Swimsuit Ketone. She's out here again. Made a deep run last week, and she's off to a pretty good start right here. Put some damage on Elric. He's down low, maybe like 30% HP. And then we see Ildira, a star of my new player account, and Elric is out. Mr. Elric down in only 3 turns from the enemy team. Kind of baited into range really early and gets popped. Now, Swimsuit Ketone putting on a show again, right? She's already taken 4 strike attacks. She's not only full HP, she's got a shield going on. We do have a Lena. This is a very uncommon sighting. You just don't see a bunch of Lena in the game, and it looks like she's moved forward, beginning to channel a spell. Let's see if Ildira can take her out. It's gonna be level 4 Wateraga, and Ildira is unable to get that second kill, so we get the blessing buff. Re-raise online, so she will be able to bring herself back to life once. She has those powerful heals. Tifa trying to burn through Ildira cannot do it, and it's Macherie Horn's turn again. Tifa trying to put on that one girl show, right? We have the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out in something like 7 days right now. Lena's going to get her re-raise pop by the Hallowed Ray from Macherie, so she's back in action. She's going to go Princess's healing buff right there. It is not only a heal, but magic and physical damage up, which will be good for Tifa trying to put on this like 1v3 carry show in anticipation of her new game coming out, but she's going to, dodges the Wateraga right there. So a little bit of dodge in play here for Tifa, and she's able to take down Ildira. So it's back to a 2v2, but Macherie could probably snipe the Lena. No, it's Monk Macherie again, going for the revive. We saw this so many times last week. Macherie on Friday Night Fights in 2024 has never missed a revive. Like, Macherie in Monk's sub job is 100% in Friday Night Fights at reviving her allies. And at some point, like, Tifa is putting on a damage clinic. She's killed Ildira twice now. Now Macherie gonna bring her back. Watch this. Revive, and she's back at about 95% health. Now it's Lena's turn. Lena chilling, she's got her staff again with the Princess's heal, magic and physical damage refreshed for Tifa, and Ildira is just getting punched in the face over and over and over again. Swimsuit Ketone out of AP after that last little bit of damage. That's not a problem for Ildira, and she's actually gonna go for a heal anyway, freeing up Macherie to do some damage. Macherie so far has been trying to snipe the Lena in the back. She's going to continue that, and she kills her. Hallowed Ray hitting for like 5,500 is pretty good. And now let's spin this map a little bit. We're going to go watch Tifa try to put on a clinic, and Tifa needs to dodge this thing out, right? She does have some evade in her kit. We're going to get the summon. This is undodgeable, and it will paralyze her. That is just going to be a rough spot, especially with Ildira here putting on the heals. Radiant Twin Strike, the recently buffed limit break for Macherie, now does magic damage instead of physical. Tifa's paralyzed proc, so she's unable to move. Ildira going to get another chance to hit her. She's going to go with disable. So Ildira lacks the accuracy to actually land attacks on Tifa, but can try for those disables, can still heal. The paralyzed doesn't proc that time, but with no AP, she's forced to just attack. Hallowed Ray's 100% hit move, I believe, so Tifa's never going to dodge that. Maybe Macherie runs out of Hallowed Ray, but Tifa's not killing everybody in 5 turns. There's Unavoidable Pain. That is a guaranteed hit move. Tifa's re-raise will pop, so she comes back to life one more time. Macherie, do you have a Hallowed Ray left? Nope, she has Holy Knight's Triad. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Don't call it a comeback, because it's not going to be one, though. Turns are going to run out after Ildira's turn right here, even if all she does is heal, which she does, and get Mr. Clucked over here comes away beating the winner of last week's match in the first match of, or last week's tournament in the first match of the day. Okay, here we go. Second fight of the live stream, Zuvarius versus Maverick. Zuvarius bringing in the new Kitone, so we're gonna get to see we're gonna get to see Water Archer Kitone coming in here. Haven't seen her in Friday Night Fights yet. Been using her on my alt account. Had a lot of fun with her so far. I think archers have a place in this game. I do wonder what that place is. I think it's a lot of support. Now, up against her right here is a hero of all tournaments in the global game for a long time, and that is Halloween Lucio. Halloween Lucio is an axe-wielding, attack-dodging monster. Did I just Abara Shadowlinks? Did I call Shadowlinks Abara? I might have. So anyway, I mean, look, it's gonna happen, right? It's not Friday Night Fights if I'm not mispronouncing some people's names, but chat's always here to help me out. Okay, we get to see Celis this time. Now, does Celis have any mages to like nullify their magic attacks? Technically, there is a Valade on the team Celis is fighting, so maybe she can block something Valade does, but overall, Celis's role in this is probably going to be a little bit diminished, as she is against 2 physical units. Here's Halloween Lucio getting into the mix early, pulling out his limit break. We're going to see Protect removed, but the shield from Grifford absorbs all the damage. There's going to be a unit attack and elemental resist buff coming out from the opposing Grifford, as both Zuvarius and his opponent are running him, and lots of shields blocking lots of damage. There's Mega Charge, so Halloween Lucio's shield is popped as Shadowlinks gets through it, and Grifford's shield is popped as well. Valade's up next. He's got his special dragon staff. He walks forward. He's going to go Ice Vitalization, get that ice attack, Protect turned back on. That's going to be nice. And it's Celis's turn. Okay, 11,108 HP. She's going to move into range to be pulling a little bit of aggro now, which will be nice. Area of effect, reaction rate, proc right there, as well as a defense group buff from Grifford. There is a nice AoE bombardment, but some dodging coming in from the Lucio team. And this is what you come to expect from these Lucio squads. Even with that accuracy buff from Valade, it is still annoying to hit these Lucio teams. Whether it's an Earth Lucio team, like mono Earth height kind of quasi evade, or it's an Axe Lucio team bringing a tank and he and Grifford are just out here dodging stuff. That's really annoying to deal with. Okay, Valade 9,300 HP. He steps forward. He's going to go full life onto the Grifford. So Grifford back, not at full HP with his healing power diminished, but he is back in the fight, which is nice. He's down to 50% HP after eating the attack from Celis. Dual Judgment comes out and he's hanging in there. He's still alive. Shadowlinks, everybody's grouped for you, so you can drop some kind of big AoE on them if you have the AP. 27. Nope, she's going to go Arrow of Undoing instead. Lands a bit of damage onto the tank. We're going to get the, Halloween Lucio taking Grifford out, and it's looking pretty good for Maverick at this point. Celis steps forward, going to pop the limit break right here. I mean, it's a good looking limit break. You don't get to see it as much these days as you did when Celis was kind of like all over the game, but it still did some nice work. Valade is going to get dropped by Grifford, and it's new Shadowlinks in a 3v1. She has no AP. She is putting some AP damage onto the Celis, which is something, but that something is definitely not going to be enough. Okay, Halloween Lucio's next, 39 AP. I'll call him the MVP of this fight, out here, you know, killing everybody, dodging stuff. 6,700 damage on the Kitone. She goes down, and Maverick picks up the win in our second match of the live stream. And if there was somebody who before this one started that you were like, I bet you this unit is going to be around and going to be popping off, that unit would have probably been Halloween Lucio. Okay, here we go. We are loading into the next one. What do we have? We didn't get to see the setup here. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's a Pissarro, a Pumpkin Spice Frederica, and Persona 5's very own Violet versus regular... Wait, this is a spicy match. We've got regular King Elda. We have the Edward Elric again, and Christmas Luartha. Christmas Luartha, a very rare sighting. Okay, let's see. We got a lot of special stuff here. It's already happening. You don't need my... Oh my gosh, that preemptive counterattack almost kills Pissarro straight off the map. And now Luartha is going to have a chance to take him down. Okay, she's going to go Javelin Fall. It is not dodged by either of the evade units. That is definitely an evade team over here from Adol, but not dodging anything makes evade not good. Now let's see. We do have regular King Elda. He is now more of a tank than he ever has been before. He moves forward and does nothing. Now that's very on point for him, right? He's not known for doing a lot of things. And so far, him doing nothing, I mean, Macherie would be mad at me, but he doesn't play the game anymore. Okay, Pumpkin Spice Frederica, you're in a 1v3. What do you have? Well, she has her limit break. She's going to bring out the pumpkin, carve up a nice jack-o'-lantern into the side of it, deals like no damage, but does blind Elda. He took 330 damage right there. So I said he does nothing, as evident by what he just didn't do, but he did tank pretty effectively. Okay, Elric's gonna bring out Full Metal Rage. Really cool looking anime limit break right here. Elemental advantage in effect, but if it's dodged, it doesn't matter. Luartha at 1666 HP lands another big Javelin Fall. That will pop Frederica's courage, and now she's in real trouble. She's down to her last life, and the preemptive counterattack from Luartha takes her down. And GG, Pumpkin Spice Frederica tried to dodge as much as she could, but the accuracy from Winter Luartha was too much in the end, and that'll do it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, here we go. Loading into one. Did not get to see the match screen here. We load straight in to Summer Elsorel, knocking 2P out of the fight. Notice how 2P left her entire team behind. And we do get to see the new Kitone. Okay, so 70 cost Dark Kitone in her first action versus the 70 cost new Shadowlynx. Shadowlynx drops a bunch of damage onto Shalze hanging out in the back line. And in fact, you have a little bit of elemental advantage right here against the support. Okay, Kitone, what can you do? This is your first chance in live action. You can kill your other new 70 cost counterpart right there. She takes Shadowlynx out of the match, and now it's Shalze's turn. Gonna look for a heal. Ooh, Knight's Blessing, the TMR heal. So a nice big heal and shield applied. Kitone gonna lap Summer Elsorel right here. So, or I believe that is, yeah, that's Celis in the front line. So Kitone will put another hit onto her before she takes a turn and gets her agility up. Now, it's gonna be counterattacked with the Mega Flare from the Bahamut summon. So here comes Mega Flare. Let's see what kind of damage this is going to do, and if it hits both Shalze and Kitone. Let's see. It's going to hit both of them and does quite a bit of damage to Shalze at least. Kitone's going to proc her HP absorb counter move, and so she's ready to start healing herself. Celis's turn next. She's down to 6100 HP. She's going to pull out the elegant spinning limit break right here with that nice pause when she's facing the camera. Let's put full screen on. What am I doing showing my face? Here's auto cure from Shalze, and there's a lot of healing built in to Aethersmith's team, and it's not even necessarily healing from like heals. Yes, we have seen that from Shalze with the TMR, but just the healing, like right there, that absorb, we're going to get the raise onto 2P, and all of a sudden Aethersmith's team is nearly back to full fighting strength. Okay, unavoidable pain onto 2P does about 30% of her health and damage. Celis's turn next, 4800 HP left. She gets behind Kitone, knocks her spirit down a little bit. 2P completely out of AP will just punch Elsorel for like 500 damage. We have a lot of units here trading very small amounts of damage. Here comes cleansing uppercut right there from Kitone. Nice little bit of healing. It's not going to be enough to avoid, oh no, this is the limit break from Shalze. So we're going to get some re-raise in effect. That'll be real useful. Courage, excuse me. It's double courage with hate down for Shalze. I forget which one it is sometimes, but it is courage, not re-raise. All right, we're going to get a spell channel. It's going to be magic orbed onto the Kitone, who I got to say has taken a lot of blows like a champ. 2P attempts to punish Summer Elsorel, but is unable to do so, and Kitone finds the angle to hit both units, takes down Celis and is low HP. Can Shalze find a heal before Elsorel finds damage? Let's see. Yes, she can. Paired Blessing. Ooh, it's not the heal, though. It's the buff. It's going to be Law of Geoassimilation, which is a double kill, but actually just a double courage proc. Elsorel's still in this thing. Elsorel could do this. It seems unlikely, but she could do it. If she lands another big Law of Geo-Assimilation and kills the Shalze and the Ketone, she's in a 1v1, she's full HP, maybe turns run off with her in the lead. Odin comes out, tries to put a damper on that with 4,500 damage, but here she is. What can she do? She's got a lot of low HP targets and a 2P to choose from. I imagine she'll scoot towards the bottom of the screen right here and drop a Geo-Assimilation. Now, with the way it's kind of lagging, it makes me think that she's actually going to go with a Limit Break. Not sure. It is going to be the Limit Break. So Dreamy Typhoon coming out. You would have loved to see the AI go for the heal. I think that would have been the better play. But when you're using the AI is going to take, oh, it is a heal. It actually full heals her. And now it's this really interesting one-on-one. If she can land, oh, Blinding Light, that's 2,000 damage. Barrier, who had more HP? Who had more HP? Player 2 did. So, player 2 wins. Was that the 2P? Was it the summer unit? I'm not sure. I don't know who the first player was. I don't know who the second player was, but that was a really close fight. It's really too bad that came to turn. Summer Elsorel really showing up. And when you remove the 100 cost units from the game, it really gives some of these other units a chance to shine, especially somebody like Summer Elsorel, who has traditionally been very good against physical units, but the modern game has a lot of 100 cost mages, and the physical units tend to be kind of overpowered. So it's great to see her doing some work right there. Yerma. Now, I know if you're watching this on the VOD, you didn't get to see Yerma because my fool of a self did not hit record until the finals, and Yerma was bounced by then. So just trust me when I say she made a deep run last week. She made a really deep run, and here you get to see why. She's on these Mono Axe teams. Mono Axe taking advantage of Halloween Lucio, taking advantage of Grifford, who's proved to be a very strong cost-limited unit, and Yerma was kind of just along for the ride. Now here we get to see Axe versus Strike, and we also get to see a Raldor. Raldor, not somebody we've seen in a while, and there's the TMR. So that nullifies AP restore for the entire enemy team. That's Wind Veritas's TMR, and for a unit we all have access to completely for free, man, that's a high-value TMR. We see it in Friday Night Fights. There it is again, both teams taking advantage of nullifying AP restore. It's just like almost guaranteed to be something worth doing. Now, it's both Elric brothers. Here's Alphonse Elric in all of his majestic armored glory with his brother, and he's probably going to drop a Limit Break right here. We got that little bit of a slowdown, which means we probably have a video, some kind of cutscene loading in the background. Usually means it's an LB. We'll see what happens right here. It's a little bit laggier than normal. Maybe we'll spin the camera around once for luck. There's what they look like from behind. There's what they look like from this side. We never watched the matches from this side right here. I feel like we've been dropped. Oh, nope, there it is. He actually just runs forward and buffs. I'm guessing somebody actually just DC'd for a second and then reconnected. Okay, here's Halloween Lucio. He's up next. He has elemental advantage versus the tank, which will be nice for him, but he's going to have to find his way in there. So Sir McCrane's team chilling. Man, we really got a little bit of a delay in this fight. Now, maybe this time it is this time because of a Limit Break. I was a little concerned that maybe somebody disconnected again, but that was a normal bit of delay as we get 4,400 damage onto the tank and haste applied to Lucio, so he's off to the races. Now it's Yerma's turn. Show us what you can do, Yerma. You got a big axe. You're ready to bring some damage. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. We got the little bit of a slowdown, so maybe we'll actually get to see Yerma's Limit Break, which is something many players probably have not seen. While we're waiting for that to load, somebody in chat is asking what was the rule set for this week. No 100 cost units. So same map as last week. We'll run the same map for the entire Cup series, but all 100 cost units were banned this week. We seem to be just having a latency issue with this match today. Man, it sucks because last week we had 0 latency issues basically at all, and we managed to have a really clean tournament. Today, this is already our second match with a little bit of a latency issue. It happens. We'll just ditch it, and we will go find another one, which, it happens. It sucks, but it does. We're going to go ahead and jump into 79207. And here we go. We get to see Chase versus All versus LXD, two veterans of the game, two veterans of tournament play facing off against each other. And we get to see two very, very new units. Now, Chase rocking that Perfect Attendance Award. I got that one too. That's one of the titles I am most proud of in my account, is that I haven't missed a day. I don't know if it's a title to be proud of, but I do feel pride in it. And he's bringing out the 2P versus the 70 cost Dark Ketone from LXD. Is it Strike versus Strike? Yes, kind of. I mean, LXD's team, Macherie does bring some strike damage, and you have the Macherie for the haste, for the AoE haste. So I bet you we see a nice buff set up here from LXD. And he's going to be running against, let's see if we could get a peek at the other team here. I see a Snow. So we haven't seen a ton of Snow lately. That'll be really interesting to watch. Here is the Moonwake Blessing, so agility down on hit with the agility, with the physical shield buff for herself. 2P steps forward, Phasal Smash, and 2P doing 2P things, jumping right in, and it's going to get chained with the Limit Break. Ed on this map has a really hard time not limit breaking to start a fight. In this case, it almost pays off by fully killing the Macherie. She lives with 907 HP. This is one of those instances where if she is somebody who has like, some reincarnations on her or something like that, it absolutely paid off and absolutely healed her or kept her alive. A little bit more HP from reincarnations oftentimes doesn't make the biggest difference in a fight, but right there it feels like it did. She's going to heal herself, and then you're going to get the Curaga from Macherie. I will say that forcing Macherie into Curaga right there instead of AoE haste might help your team out a little bit if you are playing against her, because I say that, but the Dark team right here did not have to move. Like LXD's team units stayed where they were, which is going to still allow all three of them to go before any of their opponents get to go again. So it didn't quite work out the way I was thinking. We do get, oh my damage, we get to see new Ketone's Limit Break come out, and it absolutely crushes two units on the other team. Snow has his courage popped. Edward is down to what, like 20% HP, and now Macherie can look to start doing her haste. Okay, she's going to preemptively do her slow counter. It does not slow Snow. In fact, Snow gets his AoE damage off, and Macherie's channeling a spell. It's not a heal. Everybody on Chase's team is going to get to attack. Unfortunately, because they all jumped in there before they buffed, none of them have any AP left. Macherie is able to use the last sliver of her AP, or 2P is able to kill Macherie with the last sliver of her AP, so that's something. But now, even though it's a 3v2, Ketone is going to immediately make that a 2v1 by double killing two units right there. Okay, Macherie's turn next. 2P is an evasion unit, but she is slowed down, and Macherie has guaranteed hit for days. So I imagine you're going to see a Hollowed Ray come out right here from nope, I forgot, guys. It's Monk Macherie. Monk Macherie is all about healing people. 2P does bring in a clutch dodge. Macherie could look to do some hasting right here. I don't think anybody's low enough for her to worry about healing just yet. So I imagine she'll go stand next to Macherie like she currently is. Nope, she's gonna go for the haste on Ketone. 2P is gonna keep punching her, generating a little bit of AP. I just feel like this slow is gonna be way too much to overcome. Ketone is out of AP, so she's gonna have to just settle for an auto attack right here if she has the accuracy. Or she could summon. Yeah, we could be late enough in the fight where we get a summon come out. 2P is going to reflex it. So it's an auto attack, reflex by 2P. It's now Macherie's turn. She's going to begin channeling a spell. It's Macherie's turn. They both might be healing right here, which could be leaving a little bit of a window open for 2P, depending on what the healing order looks like. But again, that slow is just doing so much work. Like, even though 2P hasn't gone for like 5 turns, it's still not her turn until Ketone and Macherie both get to go again. She's out here reflexing for days. Like, she is trying her best, proccing all of the RNG, but it's just probably not going to be enough. She just doesn't have the speed. Macherie's going to begin channeling another haste. This one's probably for Macherie. She re-procs her slow counter, which just has to feel awful for the 2P. Okay, and 2P's now out of AP again. What is Macherie channeling? We shall find out. Macherie's probably going to heal her. Quicken. Okay, so it's a Quicken on the Ketone, who is for the 3rd time this fight going to try to auto attack 2P. This time it lands for 1986, which, fun fact, is 1 year after the year I was born. There's a heal from Macherie. We're going to get a reapplication of haste, I think, from Macherie, if she has any casts of that left. I have not been tracking it. 2P is just trying her best to put on a fight right here. And there's so much support on LXD's team. They're just like slow roll supporting their way, to a win right here. Okay, Radiant Twin Strike coming out from Macherie. 2200 damage for the first bit of it and almost 3k for the second bit of it. 2p down to her last breath. Here comes Catone, 41 AP left in the tank. She's gonna go, she's behind her, which will help in the accuracy unless it gets reflex. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be a summon? That'd be kind of a stylish way to end this fight. She's chilling. It's a long enough chill that it could very well be a summon animation. Let's see. 2P's dancing. 2P dancing like she's fast. No, it's just Stunblade. She just decided to chill for a long time just to make us wait. It's Stunblade. LXD picks up the win. It was a very cool idea to bring out Snow in the strike comp. Like, I love it. But again, that team, like Edward, seems to get baited forward early in these fights. And then he's either dead or out of AP, which I feel like is just costing him a lot later in there. Okay, GG. We're going to go on to the next one. Yeah, a lot of times people wanted, like, I think a lot of people think it's a good idea to do MR or like MR only or less. Those tournaments tend to be very low turnout because not a lot of people have built those, but maybe that's changed nowadays with cost limit and things like that being more popular than they have been in the past. We could try. I'm open to it. I'm open to it. We could also do no 100 cost, but only one UR or something like that to let people play something that they, have built at least. We could do a poll too. Okay, here we go. Next fight, we're going to get to watch Sandrooster, aka Get Clucked, versus Maverick. Once again, we're seeing Edward Elric, who, even though on stream has been underperforming, I would say, must be having a pretty good showing in this tournament because he keeps showing up over and over again. So these Edward teams are at least not being bounced out of the whole tournament, and being a strike unit, he can pair with new Catone, who has looked very good so far today, up against a Celis Grifford Halloween Lucio team. We've seen both of these squads once this week already. Lucio, again, just continues to be an absolute monster. When you combine the fact that you're a high damage, high evade unit, and you can put a 7500 physical shield on yourself, that's so much in that kit. It makes sense why he's so powerful. Now, there's a very important accuracy buff from Catone. I don't like where she's standing. Like, she put an accuracy buff on herself thinking, hey, I'm gonna walk in here, I'm gonna do some damage to the enemy team. But then she walks right into the door. Okay, wait, actually, she walked into the doorway. I thought she was gonna get punished. And instead, Lucio was like, look, I see you there, little girl, but you're not big enough to even take up the whole room in that door. I'm gonna hit Edward Elric in the back line instead. Okay, we're gonna get Celis's limit break. This is like the third time we've seen this tonight. Elegant spin coming out. What kind of damage will this do to Catone? I don't expect much. 1425 for a limit break. That's not a ton, and she will proc her HP absorb. There's the first dodge of the match by Lucio. Edward takes Grifford's axe and doesn't even take enough damage to proc Ayaka into healing. But here's the real carry. Sleeper sweep comes in, and there it is, the double sleep. We've already talked about the utility that keeps Halloween Lucio alive. Let's not forget about his status effect utility. This was looking fairly decent for the strike team until everybody got put to sleep. And it doesn't matter how much HP absorb you have, Catone, or like how much damage you plan on doing. If you're getting lapped by a hasted evade unit who puts you to sleep on the one chance you get to do damage, you're in trouble. There's 2500 damage onto her, and they literally never got to take turns. Full life will come out. Edward is back. I feel like that was the wrong unit to bring back. Mortal Draw is going to do half of Ayaka's HP and damage. Celis's turn next. 66 AP taunting spell. She's going to reapply aggro to herself. And now it's Edward in a 1v3. He does have elemental advantage against Lucio, but it doesn't matter if he can't hit him. Here's Dual Judgment from Grifford, who has elemental advantage against him. And then we're going to get an auto attack or a buff. It's going to be an auto attack. 894 from Lucio, 24 AP left on Elric, bro. He does a little bit of damage, but you will get the AoE resist proc right there from Grifford. He's out of AP, so he's going to be, oh, I was gonna say he'd be forced to buff. Instead, he's gonna go with the Dark Mega Flare, give his whole team the attack magic buff right there. Lucio's gonna go Vampiric Ripper, a little bit of a heal, a little bit of damage. Ed out of AP, which is just crushing him. 1976 on the auto attack. He's putting up a good fight, especially considering he has elemental disadvantage against Grifford. But man, this Lucio is an absolute monster. Okay, Ed, you need to find some AoE damage right here. He does hit both of them. Down goes Lucio. It's technically a 1v1. If Grifford can like find a way to blow this, maybe there's a chance for the Edward, who, even though I talked trash on him at the beginning of this match, has looked respectable in this 1v3. Like, he has done very, very well. But that 21-28 crit right there will put him down, and Maverick picks up the win and will move forward in the bracket. Okay, next fight. We are loading in, so we missed the loading screen for this one, but we join right at the beginning, and oh my goodness, there is some real Spice Girls action to this one. We've got regular Catone paired up with Moraga and 2P. So this is a team we definitely have not seen today. It is an evasion earth team with a tank in Moraga that I believe can be built sort of evasion-y if you want to. And they're running into a full elemental advantage right here. Now Cloud, I believe Cloud is a 100 cost unit. Am I wrong about that? Is Cloud not 100 cost? Hold on. Anyway, it's a lightning team. Here comes Cloud. If he is 100, I mean, I don't think he's going to win anyway because he's at that elemental disadvantage. But yeah. Anyway, here comes Roth. Holiday Roth coming forward. Star Spangled Surprise coming out. What kind of damage is this going to do? I love this unit, by the way. It doesn't do anything Catone because she dodges it. She is back in action now. Is this Drain Force Catone? Is it DPS Catone? Is it Status Effect Catone? She can do a lot of stuff. It is a Drain Force right onto the tank. Nice big chunk of damage right there. And 2P is probably going to shine in this. There's Phasal Smash. She drops 2 units to within a bit of their life, and then her follow-up attack actually takes down Charlotte. Okay, it's Moraga's turn. Moraga, looking for his first kill in maybe Friday Night Fights history, does execute the Winter Roth, so he does find one. And now it's 10 AP Cloud. He's going to go with the momentum buff on himself, giving himself haste. He steps forward. Catone's up next. We've already seen Drain Force once. I wonder if she'll stick with that. She is. So Drain Force, 7,900 damage. A 10,000 HP Drain Forcing Catone, who's probably stacking Maneater, puts in a bunch of work, and that was a very short fight as Ito with the elemental advantage runs over the lightning team. GG. So I shall in a moment, because we're loading into our next match. What do we have here? We have a Axe team with Halloween Lucio, no surprise there, versus Halloween Lucia. We have not seen Halloween Lucia yet today, but a very, very strong 70 cost unit. And again, I like to point out how in these tournaments, right, you're allowed to use 70, 80, 90 cost units. You can use MRs and SRs if you really want to, but you know what we see a ton of? 70 cost. 70 cost units in War Divisions tend to be, 1, easy to get, so a lot of people have access to them, and 2, way above their weight class in terms of punching power. 70 cost units in this game just tend to be able to lay a beat down on their opponent. So here we see Macherie applying haste to her whole team. She's probably channeling a Quicken or something like that right there. Here comes Summer Elsorel, Dreaming Typhoon. Summer Elsorel has already looked very impressive in one match today, and she's going to start this off with not only 6,400 damage, but a 40 AP drain onto the Lucio, who gets turned into a frog and killed. He's not only dead, he is roadkill, as he's also a frog now. I will say there is a Celis on the enemy team, but Celis was not in a place where she could cover Lucio. So Lucio dies without Celis being able to just nullify both of those magic attacks. She will get a little bit of an elemental buff that will not help her against Dark. Lemurier's going to look for another Quicken. This one won't come at like the perfect time like the last one did, but it is very hard to set up your second Quicken for success. Okay, it's a spell channel from Elsorel. Sudden End does get gobbled up right there by Celis, and Law of Geosimulation does not get gobbled up. So the gobbling is over. Technically, that's a strike attack move from Elsorel. That's why that wasn't eaten up. So she still does have one more absorb in her kit. Grifford's axe attack is unable to pop the shield on Lucia. We're going to get a channeling spell from Macherie. This is probably a heal. Here's Lucia, goes Sudden End. That will get gobbled. We are no more gobbling right there. The heal kind of fizzles because the heal was targeting Lucia, but meant to hit somewhere else. She will heal herself with geoassimilation. It's not the biggest heal in the world, but will Grifford be able to cut her down? No, the heal was enough, so she's able to live through that. Celis might be able to take her out, though, in Elegant Spinning Slash, so it's going to be the limit break. We've seen this deal upwards of 2,000 damage. That would be enough to at least pop the courage on Elsarel if she had courage up. I guess she did not. Okay, it's Lemire's turn next. We've got a 2v2. Halloween Lucia looking to do some work right here. Going to go unhappy ending, and it does not quite end anything yet. There's Guard Hastija onto Lemire only. Grifford's turn. This is definitely not over. Dual Judgment does a lot of damage. The hidden resistance counter move procs. Can Lemire get a clutch heal in time? I don't know. Celis moves forward. Waterblade kills Lucia. It's Lemire in a 1v2 as the Curaga does not have the cast time. It goes off too slowly, and that probably just turned things around. Okay, Grifford, what do you got? He walks in. He gets slow countered. The slow sticks. Sleep Reaver comes in. Does not put her to sleep. What spell is she channeling? Meteor. She goes for the damage. It's DPS Lemire. All 821 damage right there. That's not going to be enough. Magic Burst is going to take her down, and in a 2v3, after one of his units gets popped, Grifford and Celis, with Celis clutch in absorbing 2 magic attacks, comes back and wins. Oh my, that was so close. I think if Lemire's heal comes through and that Halloween Lucia is healed back to full, Halloween Lucia probably wins that thing, right? I think that's what happens. So anyway, GG, that was a very entertaining fight and a great 2v1 win right there for the Grifford, who we've seen a ton of today, and for the Celis, who has made a nice little showing in this tournament. All right, we need to find ourselves another fight. And here we go. We're going to watch old Sandrooster versus Ito right here. Macherie versus Halloween Lucia. A tale as old as time? No. It's not, but man, it's been really cool seeing regular Macherie kind of make her resurgence. I remember on my, not the current new player account that I'm playing through, but the one before that, I actually used Macherie quite a bit, and she was worth using. Now this time she's going to be paired with Swimsuit Catone and Ildira. Ildira, an awesome unit right here. Wait, that's an MR unit. We are seeing a Marguerite. Now Marguerite, I'm sorry, I think you're going to die straight away right here. Heart of Flutter won't get you, but Ildira has the range. I hope Ildira does not snipe Marguerite right here. That just means, yeah, dang it. Oh no, she uses the TMR buff. So no AP auto restore for the mage team. Guys, it's our first MR unit of the day. Marguerite out here, going to try to do Marguerite things. Anyway, Halloween Lucia is going to go first. Arcane Assimilation, elemental advantage on the damage right there against Macherie. The Arcane Shot follow-up attack, not enough to kill, but does a lot of damage. We're going to get to see Gargas this time. This dude can drop damage from all the way across the map. He's going to begin channeling a spell, and Marguerite's going to pop the Knight's Blessing. So heals her team to full, gives her the shield. There's Wind Slash or Wind Flash. I don't remember what I've called one of those two things. We have a dead Macherie as the range on this mage team comes into play. Now, the goddess Swimsuit Catone, the DPS machine, runs forward, says, hey, if you're going in the ocean, you need swimming devices. And she does big damage. Oh my God, it's a triple sleep. Everyone's asleep. Everybody is. Lucia asleep. Gargas asleep. Margaret asleep. Lucia still asleep. Okay, Ildira, are you going to go wake some people up right here? What are you going to do? I don't know what you're gonna, she might be stuck. Like, this is a unit who will just sit there and buff herself, I think, if she's out of range. No, she does move into range. She can Water Aga the Lucia. It does not kill her. It crucially does wake her up, but Catone's like, listen, I came here to put people to sleep and kill people, and I got 91 AP. I'm gonna kill some people. She gets a double kill right there. Marguerite and Lucia go down, and Swimsuit Catone is popping off. She has haste. Gargas is like, wait, I thought we were winning. Guys, wait, brother, I thought we were winning. I'm on this vision card about apples and nobody uses it, but I thought I was winning. My sleeves are too long and I wear a sock over my head, and why isn't she doing anything? She's just staring at me. I'm very scared. This girl, she's a little girl in her swimsuit. She got a magic baton and she's killing my friends and I'm scared. What are you doing, Catone? Fireblade. 59-41. Catone gets the kill, and Sandrooster picks up. Sandrooster's Macherie commits suicide to start that fight, and it's not only a 2v3. It's a 2v3 against a full HP Knight's Blessing shielded squad. And Swimsuit Katone walks up there and is like, everybody take a nap. And she just sleeps everybody. Okay, we're loading in. We got Shubak versus Sushi right here. This is a losers bracket fight. Losers bracket round 5 fight. So these players fighting to stay alive. We get to start with a Kuraga onto, Holy Knights, yeah, it's our girl down there. I can't see her anymore. I forgot who it was. Anyway, it's Macherie's turn. She's going to go Hallowed Ray right onto Alphonse Elric. There we go. It's Resnick coming in here and a Lightning. So mono Lightning team. We have not seen Resnick yet today. We have not seen the unit Lightning yet today. And we're going to get to see what Resnick's going to do. There's some low HP units, so I expect the limit break from Resnick. Yeah, it's Reign of Rallying coming out right here. This will fully heal her team, I believe. Yep, there we go. We get the attack magic buffalo as well. Celestial Dyad comes out, and they go from full HP to not full HP. Ildira able to avoid elemental disadvantage by using the Holy, but oh my gosh, she is not able to avoid the elemental disadvantage when Lightning pulls out her gun and her sword and just takes her down. Okay, Law of Invigoration comes out, Resnick back to full HP. It's going to be Holiday Roth turn next, 122 AP. What's she going to do? She's going to go Befuddling Spearfall. Nice debuff across the whole team, but not enough damage. Macherie, what can you do? 159 AP. She's going to... Oh, yeah, right, guys. I forgot. It's Monk Macherie. I know what she's going to do. She's going to bring everybody back to life. Resnick in healing mode, going to be providing those full HP heals. We do have a slow on Alphonse. Focus Fist comes out and does a little bit of damage to Roth. It's Roth's turn again. She's going to probably look to keep applying damage across the whole team. Setting... Oh, Magical Strike. No, she snipes the Resnick, is able to find the kill on Resnick. That's a big deal. Lightning, only 13 AP left, which is exactly enough for Spark Strike, which will kill Ildira again, but don't sleep on Monk Macherie, because Monk Macherie won't let you sleep on her. Ildira was taking a nap, Macherie brings her right back to life, and how clutch. Like, that's probably why we keep seeing Macherie in these fights, because every time one of her teammates dies, she just brings them back to life. Okay, we're gonna get the Odin summon right here. Lightning has already killed Ildira twice with lightning attacks, but is now out of AP, so will result to the summon, which does a significant amount of damage and will buff her whole team. Okay, here we go. Little AoE damage right there from Roth again. Ildira's gonna look for a heal right here. Yep, there it is. Kuraga across her whole team. And I gotta say, this Macherie team, Macherie in that, man, Macherie bringing people back to life is the MVP of this fight so far. Lightning has been putting out big damage, but none of it is counted as everybody keeps coming back. There's the Abyssal Doom summon right there from Macherie. So she's in kind of a tank mode with that Esper equipped. Lightning continues to put damage onto Ildira. I believe she's up to like 30k damage on that unit, but now she's dead. And it's the tank Alphonse versus 3. What started off as a really good looking fight for this Lightning team, Sushi has turned it around with Macherie Horn. Hollowed Ray comes out, 2600. Alphonse will take a little bit to chew through by these mages. There's Holy coming out, again avoiding the elemental disadvantage, 2800 damage. And then Roth, who's been up here just brawling with them the whole time, will get to look for the finisher. 18 AP, 4 turns left. What's she gonna do? We've got the summon effect in play. I don't believe she's dropped her limit break yet. She's not gonna do that. It's gonna be punishment, and Sushi will pick up the win. GG Sushi, nice fight. And once again, man, Macherie in that raise, oh my goodness. Sushi stays alive, and we'll fight the winner of Sir Crane and Scars next. Okay, here we go. We've got Slifloperex. Okay, wait a second. Who is that actually? So we got Sand Rooster versus Nabani. Okay, so Nabani's name is Slifloperex. Nabani, what kind of name is Slifloperex? It's fantastic. I just don't know what it means. And I love that you're running Renoa. That's awesome. Final Fantasy VIII love in the house versus, once again, Edward Elric, who I continue to think is not good on this map. But eye test, which is all I'm basing that off of, can lie to you sometimes. Now, we do get to see, oh, okay, this is full elemental advantage. I think we almost watched this fight earlier. Like, I feel like we loaded into a match earlier that was exactly these teams against each other, and the spectator never loaded. So Maybe we'll get to see it this time. There's power from fantasy for Renoa, so she's going to give herself that buff. 2P with 35 AP will look to do some buffing of herself and move in. No, she's actually going to move back and barrier field her team. That's nice for her. That physical shield not going to do too much against the Gargas or the Ayaka, but you do have the Elric brother, so it'll help there. Okay, Ayaka's probably going to be looking to put some guard haste out, I believe, or she could go with her defense pin buff. We've seen that today. Gargus might already be in range. The man has crazy range. No, he goes Jealous Wrath, so chance of bestowing status effects up. There's Regenerate. Did not expect that from Ayaka. Yeah, was definitely not expecting to see some Regenerate. Now, what can Renoa do? A nice round 8,000 damage. She's going to give haste to 2P, so that's a very useful buff. Here comes Edward, 11.5k HP for him. Wall breaker onto Lucio, and he breaks his wall straight in half. That is a very dead Halloween Lucio. He got 0 dodges off, and 2P jumps in there like, look, you killed my friend. I'm in here to fight. Let's see what Ayaka can do. Now, back in the day, Ayaka would have just tried to immobilize 2P 5 times in a row. Today, we'll see what Ayaka does. Here's Renoa. She could look to do some supporting right here. In fact, she needs to look to do some supporting. She will not. It's Guard Haste from Ayaka, Wind Flash onto the 2P, and that's 2 one-shots. This Wind team with the elemental advantage from Sand Rooster is absolutely loving the fact that they are facing Earth units, and all this has to do is 8,000 damage, and we have ourselves a dead Renoa. It does 9.2k. That is a dead Renoa, and Sand Rooster walks into a Wind versus Earth matchup and absolutely, blows that dust around like the old Kansas Dust Bowl. GG. Okay, we're loading into the next one. Sir Macherie versus Scars. This is a losers bracket round 5 match, so players fighting to stay alive. And we start with King Elda running into the middle of everybody and putting a nice bit of damage down with a Lancer move. Now, if you've never seen a Lancer move in War of the Visions, it's because Lancers are terrible. Nobody plays Lancers because their kit sucks. And I say that as somebody who has loved Eileen since the beginning of this game. King Elda just ran in there and popped like his best attack and was unable to kill anybody. Now, he's technically a tank, so he's going to keep looking to tank. Javelin Fall will do a nice bit of damage to Alphonse Elric, putting him at low HP, but we get to see Skahal with Thundaga Disposer coming out here. Big damage onto the tank. Shalza will get a chance to maybe heal him up. Let's see how the casting time works out right here. Shalza, what are you going to do? 149 AP, 271 AP. She can do whatever she wants. She begins channeling a spell. Does the oh, nope. Okay. Ooh, he doesn't kill him though. Okay, Alphonse did not have his paralyzed proc, which was lucky, but then is unable to do lethal damage to King Elda, who will receive a 5,000 point heal from Shalze. And then you don't think Resnick is going to be killing anybody. She does try. She brings out the Thundara. Oh, but look at that. The paralyzed does land on Elda. Okay, next up, it's going to be Wintertime Festival Lucia, Christmas, not Lucia, Christmas, the other gunner, the one that, the fire one that nobody plays. Anyway, 40 AP for her. She's going to go with the limit break right here, targeting Skahal. So, get the Chocobo food out, run at him, throw your spear from space. That's 12,000 damage. Now, here's the thing with Skahal. You can't one-shot him. He's got permanent courage if he's full HP. Elda can tap him right here to finish him, though. 32 AP. Can he find some AoE attack and maybe do some damage to Alphonse as well? Maybe Elda... Void Piercer, he does find damage onto Resnick. Down goes Skahal, but oh, the re-raise comes through. Running the re-raise on him, that is like a pure cancer build. And now Height 3 Kira comes in, and he's got his courage back just like that. Here's Luartha's turn. That's her name, Luartha. She's going to get debilitating counter right there, and then we'll throw a spear. That will, again, one-shot Skahal, but you can't one-shot him. He's back to 1 HP. That's like the 4th time he's died. He's going to go with Flare on King Elda, who, I got to admit, has continues to barely live through every move in the game. He's got, I mean, it's not 1 HP, but it looks like 1 HP. Will Shalza get a heal off in time? No. That means Alphonse can execute him with an auto attack, but he had courage. I didn't realize that. Curative Prayer comes in. He's back to 5,000 HP. Winter Luartha, it's still her turn. She's like, look, I killed you once. I killed you twice. I'm going to kill you 4 or 5 times, and you're going to stay dead this time. Maybe we'll see. Okay, King Elda's turn. He's got that sweet looking samurai Samurai Spear. He goes for Obliterate onto Resnick. She might look to heal herself right here. Alphonse is slowed, and the King Elda Luartha team hanging in there. Okay, we do get the heal right there. It's going to be Shalza again. She could look for about another 5,000 point heal onto King Elda. Luartha, who noticed she has been at 41 AP for like the eternity of this fight, she is staying in there. She's looking for the Binding Javelin. She got a lot of damage. Resnick keeps taking hits, but Resnick keeps healing, as Resnick will do. Height 3 Kira comes in. This time, though, healing power down is keeping that healing power down. Yeah, that's what it's doing. 1788 right there from the poke. Hey, Resnick's going to heal herself. Here it comes, 3, 2, 1, height 3 Kira, 1360 on the heal. Luartha finally down low on AP after her AP regeneration runs out. Trick Thrust comes in. It is now slowed Alphonse versus 3. I don't think he has turns enough to win this fight, even if it was possible. Rite of Safe Passage comes through, a little bit of a buff right there. That Protect will be nice. Here's King Elda, 28 AP, 10,000 HP, Void Piercer, 2379. Not exactly a ton of damage, but you didn't need to do a ton. You got 26 AP, Alphonse. What are you going to do? Stagmite Transmutation. It tickled a bit. I mean, you don't want to walk through that cave. Like, if you're walking through a cave and you trip and you fall on a stalagmite, that's about what that felt like. Not good, but you're not dead. Right? And not being dead is important. Now, he does have a summon up his sleeve. He's going to try to turn this around with Odin. I didn't see this trick necessarily coming, but this will be a double hit attack. Let's see if it's lethal. It's again, that's like you're walking through a cave and you fall down and somebody dropped like some Legos and you land on the Legos and you're like, oof, ouch. That's kind of how that felt. Unfortunately, he needed more than floor Legos to turn this fight around. Paired Blessing is going to come out. Nice little regenerate and damage buff, and that'll do it. King Elda wins. But that's okay. I'd rather have, like, real quality of life updates. Just myself. Okay, so for those of you watching on the live stream, this is the winner's bracket semifinals. Turambar versus Maverick. Winner here, guaranteed top 2 in the tournament. And what kind of team comps are we going to see? We're going to see, no surprise, Halloween Lucio making a deep run with Grifford, who has looked good today. We're going to get to see a Raldor team this time. So a nice strike team coming out here from Turambar. Raldor is a unit that even on my main, I've gotten a lot of play out of in the past. He's never been at the absolute top tier of the game. But when Strike was first kind of coming around, he was one of the better striking options out there. And he's somebody who can do a lot of damage. He will have an elemental advantage against Grifford, which could help him out a lot. We'll have to see how the dodging works out right here from Halloween Lucio, as I imagine that will play a huge role in how things turn out. Another thing worth pointing, though, is Edward Elric does have elemental advantage versus Halloween Lucio, and we've seen him just blow him off the map a few times today. We also have an Ayaka making another showing, which is great. There's an agility and luck buff that will help your accuracy and your evade. I can't imagine that's evade strike over there on the top of the screen, but it's a nice tank position. One thing to note right here is Turambar's tank, Alphonse, is starting on the opposite side of the map, which means he didn't get a bunch of group buffs from his friends, but what it also means is the rest of his team is allowed to move through that top door unharassed. Here's Wallbreaker coming out. That's a big dodge. That was a big time dodge right there from the Lucio, because that was elemental disadvantage. That would have probably been a ton of hurt right there onto him. And instead he takes 0. There's Wallbreaker, which has massive DPS in that elemental advantage, but Grifford has a huge HP pool. And now we're going to get to see Ayaka's Limit Break, Angelic Grace. Keep in mind with Ayaka, Angelic Grace is a 2-use ability now. That was one of her big upgrades. Okay, it's going to be Alphonse's turn next. He runs in there, Stone Enclosure, so he's going to put Grifford in a Cage of Earth and drop about 3,000 or 4,000 damage onto him with the slow. That slow has been clutch already a couple times today. Dual Judgment comes out, not much damage right there. Here comes Lucio. Can he find an interesting angle right here? Elemental advantage, almost able to pop the tank. Okay, here's Edward. This time the damage is going to stick, and it's a nice bit of damage. Both DPS units are low. Raldor comes in, executes Grifford with a punch. Now, Ayaka can use her limit break again. She also has full life in her kit. She's going to instead go with Curaga. So a nice little Curaga right there for her team. Here is Alphonse, going to go 3,800 damage onto the Ayaka right there. So trying to snipe that back line. Good play. Get the healer, get the re-raise out of there if you can. Lucio going to go sleeper sweep. Does not put anybody to sleep. Well, I should say permanently puts Alphonse to sleep, but does not put Raldor to sleep. There's a dead Ayaka, and now we have Raldor, who's going to see if he can... Oh, yeah, he demon purges him straight out of this fight, and Turambar, with the Raldor strike team, picks up the win. GG. Elsorel. Wow. You can tell I've been taking a lot of pain medicine. Yep. My brain works about that good. Anyway, I will always remember Macherie's name because she's one of the like signature, at least cover people of this game. We're going to get Lemure, Summer Elsorel, and Halloween Lucia coming for numero 80 versus the Ildira Macherie team from Sushi. So let's see how this works out this time. I gotta say, Holiday Roth really came into the middle of the last fight, was hard to kill, and kept putting a lot of damage across the whole team. It wasn't like insanely impressive damage numbers the last time we saw her, but what she did was just consistently keep chipping and chipping and chipping and chipping, and eventually it worked out. She was still alive at the end, everybody else was dead. It was great. Now, Halloween Lucia has moved straight into the danger zone. She will get a light magic attack right there from Ildira. Ildira, not the biggest DPS unit in the game, but is providing that nice bit of support for the team. It's going to be some kind of quicken, I think, right here from Lemure being channeled. Macherie's going to go Hallowed Ray. That's an elemental chain for 4,100 damage. And then it's going to be Winter Roth looking to just snipe this Lucia straight away. She does it. That is a dead Halloween Lucia and a quicken onto Elsorel. So Elsorel looking to counterattack. This could be a very quick fight. The way Lucia got chained could be real bad. That's going to be a devitalizing glint, I believe, right there from Elsorel. It does not do enough. Curaga is going to come through. She's back to full HP, and it's Ildira's turn. Okay, 178 AP. She can do whatever she wants. It's going to be a holy 5,000 damage, and then it's Roth's turn again. 157 AP. She's got her special staff, and she delivers the punishment. That is elemental advantage. That is a dead Elsorel, and now it's a 3v1. And the one is Lemure. Not exactly known for bringing a ton of pain. Let's see what she can do. Numero 80's Lemure. Chillin' gonna probably haste herself. Yep, she's gonna go fast. She might lose, but she's gonna lose going fast. Because if we've seen the movie, right? You have to go fast. If you don't go fast, your dad's disappointed in you. Obviously, or something. Anyway, Macherie moves forward. They can't move through the doorway right now because there's two dead bodies in the way. So they'll just kind of meander around out front here for a bit. She gets through. Magical strike, 6,900 damage. Does not kill her, so she will heal herself and prolong this thing. Curaga comes through. She's back to full HP. Ildira can now move to the other side of Macherie, but she's not going to. She's just going to make sure she gets to stand there and do a few more things. Lemure's hasted, so she's going to keep chilling. Macherie could move forward, but not far enough. Meteor comes out. Okay, it does 1,600 damage. Here comes Roth. She says, all right, look, I'm going to go for it again. Befuddling Spearfall, 7,900, 79 HP left. You're killing me, Lemure. Well, you're not dying, I should say. Okay, Curaga comes through, and she's nearly full HP. It's Macherie's turn. Can she get into range? Is the doorway close enough? Because she can get to that doorway. She can go stand in there. Hallowed Ray comes out, 5738. That will be followed up by a Befuddling Spearfall? A mystical bolt from Santa Claus? I don't know. It is a Christmas unit. Let's take a look. Punishment, 4332. And down goes Lemure. Sushi picks up the win and will advance to face Sandrooster right here in the losers bracket semifinals. GG. Nice run, numero 80. Way to go. And I don't think that would be like, I like that idea quite a bit. When I was playing Summoner's War for a while, I thought it was cool how they constantly nerfed and buffed units. Like, they lean into the fact that the game was PvP and just constantly nerfed and buffed stuff. While it would make some people mad who were using unit all the time, I did think it was healthy for the meta of the game. I just never played long enough to get there. Okay, here we go. We get to see Sandrooster's Wind team versus Sushi's Mage team. So we've seen both of these squads before. Gargus has been a very nice unit today. His range, his ability to not care about that wall, just go right over the top of it, has been clutch. His damage has been high. And I will say the range of Sushi's team is low compared to him. Like, Winter Roth is going to need to get in there. You're going to get the nimble movement buff from Gargas, so he's definitely going to be in range to start doing damage on his next turn. Ayaka's up next. She just dropped a Regenerate on her and Edward. And now Edward will probably catch a haste from her, drop his buff on himself right here, and move in towards the enemy. That's exactly what's happening. Ildira in range. Oh, she's going to use the TMR, so removes AP restore from the whole team. That's Win Veritas's TMR. And I mean, again, if you're a brand new player, you have access to that. Just clear the story and you too can have that TMR that is used in the literal highest levels of the game. Okay, Gargus moves into range to start looking to do some damage. Wind Flash comes in, only 968. That was absolutely shrugged off right there by Winter Roth. So Winter Roth looking to continue her impressive performance. Edward Elric, the unit I keep talking trash on today, but keeps overperforming, drops his limit break. This is no elemental advantage one way or another. It does do 4,800 damage, which is nice. He will eat a holy for 1907 in return. Macherie is going to pop Knight's Blessing, her very own TMR, and her squad is not only back to full HP, but fully shielded. Now it's Winter Roth's turn. 10,900 HP. She's channeling Befuddling Spearfall, lands a nice debuff and damage across the whole team. Gargus steps forward, begin channeling a spell. Edward, with 28 AP left after using his limit break, will go Spear Transformation. Not a bunch of damage, but it will chain with what Gargus is doing. Remember that shield, all the shielding provided by Macherie right here, really doing some work for her team. Okay, Ayaka moves forward. She's going to start trying to heal people up. Ed's a little out of her range, so she's going to go for Gargus with the heal right here. We'll top him off, give him that max HP up. Wind Flash comes in. Decent damage across the squad, but there's a lot of healing on this mage team. Ildira, though, not interested in healing. She's going to go for the damage. He's living, but barely. This could be the end of Gargus if this channel goes off. Befuddling Spearfall will take him down, and crucially, Ayaka is confused. She has full life in her kit, so she could be bringing people back to life, but not with that status effect on her head. She's going to just be chilling back there, running towards the enemy, looking to bonk some people with that staff. And if you know anything about Ayaka, you know she's not at her best when her mission is beat people to death with a stick. She's going to take the damage from Roth right there. She'll go down, so she ends up being the one beat to death. And now it's a 3v1. Edward in the middle of three ladies, which might seem like a nice place to be, but not here. Edward's gonna take 4,200 damage right there. It's his turn. He's got AoE. He's gonna look for it. Adamantite Pillar. He does kill Roth, so she does finally go down, but Macherie's on her team, and Macherie is the queen of reviving people. It's Ildira's turn now. Here comes the Water Aga. Down goes Ed, and Sushi continues the loser's bracket run. GG, Sushi will now move forward to face Maverick in the loser's bracket final. Winner of that match will head up here and play turn bar for that first place opportunity and the automatic entrance into the top 8 draft. Yes, put some respect on Macherie's name. Exactly. Okay, had to check on that. Anyway, we're loading into the match. Here we go. Losers bracket finals, Maverick versus Sushi. So, winner gets a shot at first place. We're going to get the Macherie team, no surprise there, versus, okay, it's the Celis and the Axe Boys. So, Halloween, Lucio, Grifford, and Celis. Celis gonna get some play here. That ability to just gobble up some spells will get used. Several of them, Roth and Ildira. Now, Roth does have a spear move, right? Spearfall is technically a piercing move, so that will go around Celis's blocking, but Ildira, like, this will get eaten up. Watch this. Gobble, gobble, gobble. She just gains 20 AP off of that. Still, that's not exactly a high value dodge. Like, that was only hitting her, and I think if you're Sushi, you feel pretty good about using up one of Celis's procs on a move that was only going to hit her for like 1,000 damage anyway. Speaking of only taking 1,000 damage, Macherie continues to be almost unkillable, as Halloween Lucio right there does almost no damage to her. Halloween Lucio does have elemental advantage into the Winter Roth, but Winter Roth has advantage into the Celis. So we'll see how that plays out. Auto cure for Macherie puts her back to full health. Ildira probably going to get her, this will be the second proc of the spell shield. So there it goes. Celis out of her spell shield after that absorb. And now everything's going to play. So Vacuum Slash comes out. Big damage across the whole team right there. But Knight's Blessing will not only heal people, but put that 3-hit shield on the whole squad. It's Winter Roth's turn. She steps forward. She's going to go with the limit break right here. Star Spangled Dance. So some Christmas presents from, Patriotic Santa Claus coming out. Good damage and lands a slow. So Griffer's going to get a turn right here. Dual Judgment, but now he's slowed. It's going to be a minute before Griffer gets to go again. Celis will do a taunting spell, so keeping her hate alive, but with everybody as grouped as they are, the AoEs are going to flow. It's going to be Height 2 Holy. This will be dodged by Lucio. Holy from Arithmeticians is not the same as Holy from White Mages. Holy from White Mages is a guaranteed hit move. Arithmetician Holy is not. Okay, Macherie probably going to have to hit Celis with a single target attack right here. She steps forward. It's going to be the Hallowed Ray, 3475. It does not quite kill her, but I gotta feel like this spell that's being channeled by Roth will, unless Roth gets killed first. That auto cure might be big in keeping her alive, because there's Magic Birth from Celis. I don't know if that would have killed Roth or not, but Celestial Dyad comes out. Down goes Roth, Grifford's slowed in low HP, and Sushi's team is going to get a whole lot of turns. There's Kiraga coming out from Ildira. That team is full HP. The just beefiness of this girl mage team is really impressive. They're hard to kill, and again, if you do kill them, Macherie just brings somebody back to life. They got to deal with Lucio now. More like, I should rephrase that. Lucio has to deal with them. I don't know if he has the damage, because he's basically, I don't think he does. Because what's his plan here? Let's say you were manual playing this, not autoing. You would have to look to try to kill Macherie instantly. Because if you kill one of her friends, she's going to just keep bringing them back to life. So you'd have to see if you had the damage to just pop her in one attack. Here's his chance. She's the closest person to him. Sleeper Sweep comes out. Nobody's asleep and nobody dies, which means here comes Kiraga from Ildira. Everybody's full health. This team, it just looks impossible to kill. Hallowed Ray is a guaranteed hitter, so that takes Lucio down to about half HP. Here comes Ildira. Gonna pop the resistivity. That way there's some resist there. I didn't see, it's not slash resist though, so those axe moves won't care too much about that. Here's Rite of Refuge coming out. Can't hit him, so you might as well buff. He's down to 4 AP. Most importantly, there's 10 turns left. Now there's 8 turns left after that crystal. Here's Radiant Twin Strike from Macherie. This is also a guaranteed hit. She is just putting on a show tonight. That's about 2,500 damage. He's really low. It's Ildira's turn next. Probably, nope, she goes for the, she uses her TMR. She's already, I'm pretty sure she used that once already today. Anyway, she makes it so he can't AP regenerate. Why not? Roth does find a tiny bit of damage. He auto attacks her back. She heals back to full, and this is a beatdown. Here comes Hallowed Ray for the kill. Maybe, possibly, perhaps, or a summon. I don't know. Nope, just might as well just buff Macherie. Just buff. Why not? Let turns run out. Or Ildira, why don't you buff too? Whatever you do, don't summon. Or limit break. Why don't you just take a knee? We all know what's going to happen, Ildira. Lucio's standing there, surrounded by a bunch of girls that he can't kill. And now you're just taunting him. You're just playing with the man's feelings. Put him out of his misery. She's going to summon on him. Wow. So it's Chaotic Voice, 2,000 damage. She does end it with a bang by killing him. And that is a GG. Sushi completes the loser's bracket run through the bottom and will come back to the top for a chance to get Turambar. Now, yeah, turned my whole college career around. Okay. I'm going to begin shoutcasting now. Here we go. We've got Sushi versus Turambar in the grand finals. Keep in mind, if Turambar wins, it's over. He doesn't have a loss. Sushi has a loss. It's a double elimination tournament. So if Sushi drops one match, it's GG. However, Sushi's team has looked pretty unbeatable. This Macherie, Monk, healing with Ildira, just like Bruiser Mage Girl team has just looked really, really hard to deal with. Combine that with the fact, like, let's not sleep on that the Calamity Strong Guard buff right there from Macherie, preventing all those status effects, has got to be coming in clutch. Like, I haven't been keeping track of exactly what status effects that's blocked throughout this tournament, but man, oh man, Macherie is providing a ton of support to this team, and her damage isn't bad. That AoE debuff right there that Ildira just dropped from all the way across the map, the Wind Veritas TMR is a big deal, and they're just stacking buffs, man. This is a kind of a masterclass from Sushi in what you can do by layering buffs on yourself and layering debuffs on the enemy team. Now, Turambar is leaning into a lot more like modern damage type right here and good unit placement. So let's see if that overcomes it. You have a very, very high HP Alphonse Elric moving through right there. He's going to eat a Wateraga for 802 damage. So when I say ate a Wateraga, he more like got a cup out, caught Ildira's water in the cup, took a little drink, and just felt a little hydrated afterwards. That's kind of the breakdown of how that went. Anyway, here's Magical Strike. He tanks that. You get an HP absorb onto Ildira. That's interesting. Here's 3-step Star Strike from Urel. We have not seen Urel tonight, so there's a wrinkle mixed in, and she does a nice bit of chaining right there onto the Winter Roth. If Edward can move in right here and take Winter Roth down, then Macherie's just going to bring him back to life. Okay, there she goes. Now, Alphonse moves in. He's going to go Stone Enclosure. Oh, had this been on Macherie, and Macherie couldn't get in there and do this, we might have had a different fight. Okay, Urel's turn again. We're in the heavens. Hey, guess what? Roth's dead, but Macherie is not dead. I don't know. Turambar's team is kind of raw powering their way through this. Ildira's down. Macherie, you're going to have to make some choices. Hold on. I was kind of memeing on the Macherie, like bringing people back to life. She's going to do it again. If she overcomes this, it's insane. Unfortunately, every time Roth has come back to life, it's been Urel who's ready to answer. She's ready again with Rin the Heavens, and she just keeps one-shotting the Winter Roth. Alphonse with no AP is just able to punch Macherie for a little bit of damage, and now it's Edward's turn. This looks like a Turambar overpower right here. It's going to be Edward. He's waiting. It's Pillar Transmutation, and down she goes. Guys, that's it. I actually thought Macherie was going to turn that whole thing around when only one person on her team died. But Urel's ability to one-shot the Winter Roth, which nobody was one-shotting all day for like the last hour and a half, was huge. And Turambar is the winner of the Zhalk Cup Week 2 Friday Night Fights 2024, the return of the greatest esports event in all of War of the Visions global history. Yes, there we go. It's back, and we have a new winner this week. So GG Turambar and GG Sushi. Nice run through the tournament. Congratulations to everybody who scored some points this week. We'll be back next week with a new set of rules. Same map for the third week in a row. We're going to run that through the whole cup. Next week's rules are this: 1 UR unit only, and no 100 cost units. So we will continue to not see the 100 cost units next week, and we will see a whole lot of MR and SR units, I expect. We only saw on stream today, we only saw one MR unit. It was Marguerite. So that was cool to see. Maybe we'll see her again next week, but we will definitely see a whole bunch of MR units. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on the YouTube VOD, I appreciate all your support. Friday Night Fights is my favorite thing every week, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.